Tonight we report on the investigation into an alleged assault of a Quincy sixth grader, and we take an up-close look at Big Ben's helicopter training program. What's going on in sports, Sean?
Thanks, Alan. The Lady Vikings got a non-conference win, and Richard Sherman needs off-season surgery. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Unusually warm and rainy conditions across the area. Gray skies expected to continue. I'll let you know just how warm these temperatures could get in a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
The investigation into an alleged attack on a Quincy sixth grader has been forwarded to the Grant County Prosecutor's Office. Quincy Police Chief Bob Heimbach said they asked for a review of the case in the prosecutor's office to determine if charges should be filed. According to the prosecutor's office, no charges were filed as of Monday. The police report is about the investigation into a report of an 11-year-old girl being dragged on the floor by 4 students, run into desks, and was hit and kicked by other students on December 12th. The girl's mother, Olga Montano, accused former substitute teacher Ken Lacey of directing the children to grab the girl. Lacey reportedly told the girl to stop talking at the back of the classroom, and when he told her to move up to the front of the room, the girl refused. Quincy School District Superintendent John Boyd said the substitute teacher resigned on December 15th. Mrs. Grant County, Amy Dana, was diagnosed with Bell's palsy in 2000. She's now preparing to compete for Mrs. Washington, hoping to help others with the disease. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
When she was due to have her first child in the year 2000, Amy Dana woke up one morning to an unpleasant surprise.
Half my face was paralyzed. I didn't really know what I was doing, what was happening to me, why my face was doing that. So went to the doctor, went to the hospital, and they said, well, you have Bell's palsy. It's a condition that happens. So the whole right side of my face was drooping. I couldn't close my eye. They put me on prednisone, antivirals, and some eye goop and told me to be optimistic.
That's how Bell's palsy became her platform as Mrs. Grant County. She has a Facebook page called Bell's Palsy Strong to bring awareness to the disease she knows firsthand.
Emotionally, you feel ugly. You don't feel proud of yourself. Your face doesn't move like everybody else's, so you're much more critical, where a lot of people say that they can't tell or they don't notice, but you notice. So ultimately, after the Bell's palsy gets better, your muscles can go into synkinesis, where when I go to smile, the eye shrinks down. That's what normally people have to get used to, or that's the only thing that you could really see, or maybe a difference in the smile and not being able to allow the face to make a perfect symmetrical smile.
Amy, who is turning 36 years old, is married to her husband Josh, who she helps with his business in Moses Lake. Her children are ages 14 and 9. In May, Amy will compete in the Mrs. Washington pageant, standing on her Bell's palsy platform in an effort to make a difference with those who have the disease.
If I can help one Bell's palsy patient feel better about themselves and not let the emotional distress of looking at themselves and trying to smile and not seeing them their old self anymore. And I would love to continue to help people.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
3 District 13 legislators want a resolution to a labor dispute that is hurting Grant County companies. A senator and 2 representatives asked President Barack Obama to help end the dispute between the Pacific Maritime Association and the International Longshore and Warehouse Union. The dispute is moving containers on and off of cargo ships slowly. The legislators stated the state economy is dependent on trade and action is needed. U.S. companies compete with companies in other countries with fewer regulations and lower production costs. They said Washington potatoes, apples, and other perishable goods are currently sitting in containers on the docks at the Puget Sound ports. The slowdown also affects manufacturers such as Moses Lake's SGL Automotive Carbon Fibers that rely on the ports to import raw materials. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
When you find out about the DQ $5 lunch, all this food for only $5, you gotta tell people about it. So I situated nice. Frosty drink next to this juicy grilled burger and fries. Get my sundae, boom. I just dropped a $5 lunchogram on all my friends. Get ready for a little $5 envy.
Michael, we like your style. The $5 lunch. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. Only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Let's begin with our quick look at your headlines across the area. There is a warming trend in the forecast. In the meantime, overnight tonight, pretty quiet weather. Rounds of precipitation expected to continue and to revamp again across the immediate region for this Wednesday. Now, a warm front approaches the region as we head into Wednesday overnight into Thursday, bringing us unusually rain and warm temperatures across the area. Warm and rainy conditions to the region. Temperatures maxing out this afternoon in the lower 40s across Ephrata. Average high right around 39. Sunset 503 and a slight accumulation of precipitation. 42 was the high at Moses Lake, 33 the low, and the sunset at 502. Here's a quick look at the conditions right outside your door with that wind out of the north at around 3 miles per hour with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Conditions across the area overnight tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. We notice inland northwest is where the bulk of the snow activity taking place, and especially over the higher elevations. Now the cloud cover is expected to continue during the next few days with those rounds of shower and snow along the higher elevations. Now, as we head into this Thursday through Saturday, we are expecting for a warm front to push through the region, allowing those temperatures to warm up even more and also giving way to a snow melt and possibly potentially allowing the small creeks and streams across the region to rise. Here's a quick look once again for this Wednesday afternoon. Gray skies expected to prevail Tri-Cities with these readings around the lower 40s across Spokane, flirting with the 40-degree mark, and across the Basin, mostly cloudy skies. These temperatures right around the mid to lower 40s, even some upper 30s to the northeast. Here's a quick look once again. During the next few days, these unusually mild and rainy conditions in store. Thursday, notice these temperatures already heading into the mid to lower 40s, flirting with the 50-degree mark by Friday. And as we head into the weekend, even beginning of the next work week, these temperatures will remain in the mid to lower 50s. So not a bad idea to keep that rain gear handy, and pretty tolerable temperatures during the next few days. Good to be with you, everybody. Stay tuned. In just a few moments, we'll bring you sports. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Thanks for being with us.
What better way to start the new year than in a new Toyota? We're making it easier than ever with 3 ways to save. Your choice of financing as low as 0%, up to $2,500 in customer cash back, or low payment leases on your favorite Toyota model, like RAV4, now just $199 per month. Just pick your favorite Toyota, the best savings options for you, and drive away. It's that easy, so start your year right. For full details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
We are real students.
And this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
The Lady Vikings got a nice home win last night versus Northwest Indian College. The Eagles jumped out to a big early lead, but the Vikings fought hard to stay in this one. Down by as many as 15 in the second half, Big Bend found their groove behind Aubrey Vale's 20 points and 10 rebounds. The Vikings tied the game up in regulation and took the lead for good in overtime. Big Bend knocked off the Eagles 73-69. Jolene Nagy was the leading scorer for the Eagles with 39 points, shooting 40% from 3. Mackenzie Whidley was the leading rebounder for the Vikings with 13. She also had 13 points. Riley Jamette finished with 13 points and 9 rebounds. The Vikings and Eagles face off again tonight at 7. The Big Bend Running Vikes are currently first in the NWAC East region. A big reason for that is the play of sophomore guard Alonzo Ramos. Ramos is ranked 6th in the NWAC for three-point field goal shooting percentage at 48%.
Alonzo Ramos is a sophomore point guard from Blackfoot, Idaho. He's a key playmaker for the Running Vikes, and he prides his game on playing defense.
I'm a defense man, you know. I like playing defense. I like getting guys up, you know. If guys are getting down on themselves, I'll try to lift their spirits. But yeah, defensively, I like to get after it and show the team that I may be small, but you know, I work hard.
Ramos fits well in Big Bend's fast-paced offense, a big reason he decided to play for Coach Poth.
There's a couple colleges I went to, you know, but when I came here, it felt like it was fit for me. You know, the offense, you know, it's a dribble drive, all guards, you know. I thought it was a fast-paced offense, and you know, the teammates, the coaching staff's awesome. So
Ramos knows his team can do something special if they stick together.
we just gotta stay focused, communicate as a team, and just keep that bond, you know, in order to win.
The Vikings will look to keep their first-place record intact Saturday versus Yakima Valley. 4 members of the Legion of Boom could be facing off-season surgery. Head coach Pete Carroll confirmed that Richard Sherman will need Tommy John surgery on his left elbow. Cornerback Jeremy Lane will have to repair a broken arm suffered in the Super Bowl, while safeties Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor may also need some sort of surgery, but that's yet to be determined. All players should be ready to go for the start of next season. The Seahawks are now on break until the official off-season training program, which begins on April 20th. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Big Bend Community College Helicopter Training Program. Reporter Devin Higgins took a flight with one of the students and an instructor and has the story.
Heath Davis says he's got the best office in the world. On a clear day at 3,500 feet, it's hard to argue to the contrary. Davis is one of the instructors teaching the next generation of pilots in Big Bend Community College's helicopter training program. Big Bend's had a flight program for airplanes since 1965, but helicopters were added 3 years ago.
Inland Helicopters, who is based out of Spokane over there, got the contract with Big Bend. They wanted to expand and start a professional pilot program here at the college. So that's what brought them here, and that's why we're here. We're contracted by the college to provide all the rotary craft flight training.
First-year flyer John Corbett was in the cockpit with Davis for his first solo exercise, and he said he likes the opportunity to fly something other than fixed-wing aircraft.
I don't know, I find the jobs they do interesting, and I don't know, planes just don't excite me as much as the helicopters do.
Davis said one of the misconceptions pilots often make is that maneuvering a helicopter is similar to an airplane.
Helicopters are inherently unstable. It takes all, limbs, as you saw, both arms, both legs, and, high amount of coordination to fly a helicopter. An airplane is very stable. It wants to fly. You can actually set the power and trim, and it will fly straight and level. Versus a helicopter, you have to be hands-on at all times. So people who come from airplanes and then start flying helicopters have to be retrained all over again, basically. So a lot of people don't understand that, but the basics of navigation and everything else are still there, but a lot of the fundamentals of control of the helicopter have to be retaught.
Students obtained both a private and commercial license during their 2 years in the program and learn to fly in virtually all weather conditions. By the time they graduate, students log about 250 hours in the year and have certification to also be flight instructors themselves. Davis said some of his trainees have gone on to work as pilots in the agricultural and fishing industries as they build experience towards other opportunities. Being an instructor is what keeps him climbing back into the cockpit.
I just love people, when they get introduced to aviation, it's just like they catch that spark, They love flying. It's a whole new freedom when they learn to start flying. And I just love showing people my passion, which is flying. And I get a lot of enjoyment out of that.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
And we'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your number one news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Welcome back. Grant County Sheriff Tom Jones spoke in favor of police body cameras, but is hoping state lawmakers address issues regarding public records requests of the footage. Jones said he is all about the accountability of his deputies, but is concerned that anyone can make a public records request for video. At least 3 law enforcement agencies in the state, including the Seattle Police Department, have received requests for any and all body camera videos. Under the current Public Records Disclosure Act, the departments are required to release the videos. Jones said the large requests are leading to voyeurism and exploitation on video sharing websites. Jones is hoping new legislation will tighten up who can make requests and what videos can be released. 3 thieves were reportedly caught after a Grant County deputy saw 2 of them with a wheelbarrow of stolen items. Christopher Apodaca, A 32-year-old Moses Lake man pleaded guilty to burglary and was sentenced to a month in jail. Robert Del Vecchio, a 37-year-old Moses Lake man, pleaded guilty to burglary but hasn't been sentenced yet. He did not appear for his sentencing, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. Jackie Thomas, a 47-year-old Moses Lake man, remains charged with residential burglary and theft. A deputy reportedly spotted Del Vecchio and Thomas walking on December 19th, carrying a box and pushing a wheelbarrow. The two allegedly hid, but were caught by the deputy. The items in the box and wheelbarrow were stolen from a 75-year-old man's Moses Lake home. The duo reportedly told the deputy they were taking the items to Apodaca's home. The Soap Lake School District is accepting applications from general contractors to be a part of their Small Works program. The program addresses future construction, alteration, repair, or improvement of public works projects in the district that are less than $40,000. The district doesn't have any projects scheduled for this year, but district spokesman Nikki Johnson said officials want to have the list of contractors in place should one be needed. Any general contractors licensed and based in Grant County may submit applications and a W-9 form, which are available on the district's website, www.slschools.org. For more information, contact Johnson at the district office at 509-246-1822. In Northwest news, when a 5th grade class in Oregon went on a field trip, one of the students says he got left behind. Jamie Wilson reports the boy's mother wants the charter school held accountable.
I was just scared a little bit because I didn't know what to do.
11-year-old Dominic Blades remembers it well, the moment he realized he was all alone. On Friday, Dominic and his classmates walked a half-mile from school to Rockwood Central Park for their quarterly field day. After the events, Dominic says he asked his teacher if he could go to the bathroom, and she said yes.
And so I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, nobody was there. And so I had to figure out which way to go.
There wasn't a teacher or student in sight. So Dominic knocked on a man's door asking for directions, but panic was setting in.
What if somebody got me? What if somebody took me? What would happen if I got lost again?
Dominic says he was lost for almost 30 minutes.
Then I finally found my way back, and when I got there, they didn't even notice I was gone.
Her email pretty much was saying that he was telling lies.
Dominic's mother is angry. Amy says the staff wouldn't let Dominic call her until after school, and when his teacher emailed her, she claimed Dominic's story was made up. No one from Nova was available to go on camera today, but in a written statement, the principal says that a student did walk back from the park alone, and, quote, "We are revisiting our procedures and systems for walking field trips and have put a hold on future outings by our students until a new plan is created. Safety is our top priority, and we will continue to ensure all processes and procedures are followed." Amy is relieved to hear that, but she says it's too late for her and for Dominic.
I can't have my kids here because me letting them stay would be like, oh, it's okay, you lost my child. And that's not the message that I want to get across to my kids, that they're not important enough to be accounted for.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.